Mr. Breeze.
Charge has been set.
Battlefield 2042 is dead. The game's population has dipped below 1,000 people. There are a ton of complaints going up daily on YouTube, on Reddit, on Twitter, all directed towards the dev team and the publisher, DICE, EA. People hate this game. I still think there's a little bit of fun to be had, and that's going to be purely vehicle gameplay. And I think the devs agree with me, because in the most recent Portal playlist, there is a vehicle combat mode. Now, I pretty well stick to just the Bolt or the LAV, although I do try to work in some of the flying vehicles just so I can try to get a little bit better. One of my main objectives when I'm running in the Bolt is to have those heat-seeking missiles equipped, and then I just tilt myself up on a hill somewhere and torture these fucking jets. These goddamn jets piss me off so much. I have a personal vendetta against these motherfuckers. Besides giving you the opportunity to troll some jets or helicopters, being in a Bolt allows for the off chance at someone jumping in that's competent with that gun. I've got the 50mm equipped on mine. It offers the off chance that someone who's competent at this weapon jumps in and running around or running people over while your partner is shooting people all around you is one of the most fun things I have ever done. And then when you get the opportunity to blast another Bolt or a Jeep or a hovercraft with those heat-seeking smart rockets, there's very little that's more fun than that. 2042 vehicle gameplay isn't doing it for you. A lot of people on Reddit had suggested going back and playing some of the older games. So I took exactly that. I picked up 1, I picked up 5. I gave them a decent shot, but I'm not a fan of the World War I and World War II settings. I would much rather have a modern or futuristic shooter than a historic shooter. So I went back even further, and I played Battlefield 4. I did forget that I owned this already on Origin and had put in enough time to get up to level 44, somewhere around there. The game was what I expected from 2042. It wasn't as pretty, but gameplay-wise, infantry gameplay, vehicle gameplay, hell, boat and air gameplay, it felt fantastic. It was so much more fun. Running around as an infantry combatant, it just feels better. It feels like it's heavier. But that makes sense because in 2042 you got to run 15 fucking kilometers out in the open, so you need to be able to run 15, 20 miles per hour. The teamwork in Battlefield 4, the communication, it's all there, which reminded me about 2042 and one of the most disappointing aspects of that game. It did not launch with VoIP. How? How do you want to put out a squad-based military shooter, but you don't give the people playing your game a proper way to communicate? I'm left dumbfounded. I don't even. So Battlefield 4 is fun. It's everything that I wanted Battlefield 2042 to be, just not new, right? It's not that new shiny thing that I really wanted. So I took another suggestion from Reddit, and I picked up Star Wars Battlefront 2. The game was a lot of fun. I really liked the PvE, I think most of all, but the PvP was alright. What I don't like about this game is what I didn't like most about 2042, and it's that hero system. It's not very much fun to play as, or at least for me, because I'm terrible, and I barely get the opportunity to earn enough points to actually go play as one of these lightsaber-wielding, overpowered characters, and they're the worst to play against. I've had several situations where I'm grouped up with 3, 4, 5 people, and we're making some good progress. We're doing what we're trying to do. We're capping this point. We're taking out this squad. We're doing whatever. 6 seconds later, everybody's dead because a lightsaber-wielding Yoda skipped in, killed us all, and then skipped out. Not a fan of those moments. Although I guess being on the other side of that, if I were good enough with Yoda, that would be a lot of fun. So I get it. I don't like it. It's frustrating. If I were good enough, I'd probably be all right with it. While playing Battlefront 2 and comparing it to 2042, the Heroes, but 2042 feels like a weird mashup of the two games, Battlefront 2 and PlanetSide 2. You've got the large-scale combat, similar to PlanetSide 2. You've got your hero system, similar to Battlefront. Now, the comparisons aren't going to be perfect, but that's just kind of a thought that entered into my head while I was playing Battlefront 2. It's like they wanted 2042 to be hero shooter in the vein of Battlefront 2, but then, especially when the rumors of them potentially going free-to-play came out, it seemed like they wanted the large-scale combat and progression system of something more akin to PlanetSide 2. 2042 had absolutely no identity of its own. The people who made it did not know what they were working towards. They just thought, and this is a huge assumption on my part, but it feels like DICE, EA, whoever was really in charge of this, felt like they could just slap pieces of a game together and push it out and we would accept it because it said Battlefield. You see that more and more in our world, where these companies, they have to believe that we are stupid. They have to believe that we are just complete idiots. The only other option is they are complete idiots. 2042 isn't doing it for you. If you don't want to go back and play any of these older games, I've really only got one suggestion for you, and it'll take your mind off of 2042.